Geez, that was loud. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight. The trio is back in action, and we're here to review Disney Plus' newest show, Moon Knight. We got Cedar Superior, we got Moonjack, and we got the gift shoppers. That is tremendous. Before we go and break down some parts of this show, what did you guys think of episode 1 of Moon Knight?
I was intrigued. I'll say that. Like it wasn't my favorite episode 1 of the Marvel shows that we've gotten. And I feel like they gave a lot of it away in the trailer. Like the first trailer is like pretty much all of episode 1, right? But I'm intrigued.
What about you, Goff? Gift shopper, whatever. I'm sorry. I've already. You can already tell this wind down's already started.
In fact, if you're watching, don't forget to leave us a like and don't forget to drink your alcohol because that's what we're doing. We're drinking and we're talking about Moon Knight.
I like how we go in and out. All right, there we go. Gift shoppers. What did you think about it?
Well, okay. Full disclosure, I never heard about this character in the comics. Stayed completely unaware. I wanted to give this fresh eyes, and I love a British accent. I think it's hilarious. This guy is just so funny. Like Steven, the gift shoppers.
Gift shoppers.
Yo, have you wrote it? That's why I should put my name. I'm going to use this a lot. Because I'm okay. Basically, this whole thing, they were introducing you to this character, right? And then they were introducing you to the person that is, I guess, carrying Moon Knight. If that makes sense. We're going to be learning a little bit more about this, but what I like is that they're introducing you to this individual. He works at a museum, and he's a gift shoppist. He works at the gift shop. And he does inventory at the gift shop. But then all of a sudden, all this crap happens. And but the thing about it is just this guy, just the crap that was coming out of his mouth was just hilarious. The way that he talks. This guy makes me want to go to London and like sit down and have some coffee. Honestly, just because this is the way that everything sounds. I don't know. I just love a British accent. But before I start rambling and giving out spoilers and stuff, because I know we're gonna break down the show because I almost did that. I came real close to doing it. See that, and I saw myself. So let me shut up now. So
I agree with because it started off kind of slow for me. So in the beginning, I was kind of like, oh, and I don't expect action off rip. I mean, you got to build towards it, but it was in the beginning for me. It was a little slow. Really picked up a lot in the middle. And I felt for my guy. I remember his name Steven, but I know they didn't remember his name. They called him Scotty, Sting. They called him every other name but Scotty. They called him Scotty.
Right, you can't get it straight. Look, poor guy.
That whole thing was great because it just made him seem forgettable.
Yeah, relatable. Like I felt so bad for this guy. I really, and that was the thing too. I really felt for this guy because. And we're going to break down scenes and stuff like that. But one of the scenes I really felt for him is he was going on that date. He was looking forward to that date.
Wait, till we get there. Somebody jumping a gun. Let's get in order. Let's get in formation here, Destiny's Child. So
this is why we said we were going to do week 1 so we can get our footing back. It's been a while, folks. It's been a while.
So the show opens up. We got this guy. We don't know who it is. We just see a guy at a table. We just see some hands, and we see a tattoo of like a old school like scale on his forearm. And he's fixing his drink. He looked like he's got his drink like we got. Like maybe drinking some vodka. Who knows? But it's probably water because he like goes around the rim like you do when you were younger and try to make like the noise. So, but suddenly he like cracks it, and he starts sprinkling the shards. In his freaking, barbecue sandals, his cookout sandals.
No, they're the Jesus 12s. How dare you?
And the Jesus 12s. Let him borrow hers. So, and he starts walking on it. So we can see that this guy, whoever he is, because we just kind of see the back of his head, he's like a little weird. He's a little crazy. But if you watch the trailer, of course, you know who it is. It's Ethan Hawke's character, aka Kevin Bacon, aka Arthur in the show. So then we're like transplanted, or like we're in the room of our main guy, Moon Daddy. I forget it's Steven. So
Steven, see, you, it's okay. You use a part of the cast too. That's, you're doing what they were doing. There you go.
But the thing is, yeah, Moon Daddy did make not barely any appearance. Steven is not Moon Daddy. Let's get this straight. Steven is not Moon Daddy.
It's not Moon Daddy Gift Shoppers.
No, Gift Shoppers is not the Moon Daddy. But anyway, he's we're transported to him. He's waking up. He looks like he doesn't even know where the fuck he is. He's like just, you know, he's chained to the bed, very much giving, you know, 50 Shades of Grey, but like by his lonesome. And he unchains himself. He walks over some sand that he has sprinkled around, you know, the bed. And we see that he kind of traps himself in this apartment. Like he puts tape on the door. He has 50 million locks. So he's going about what we assume would be his daily routine of, you know, checking the tape, make sure the tape isn't removed, unlocking himself, doing all of this stuff. So he's leaving the apartment. He's talking to somebody on his phone. He's talking about it like it's his mama, right? He's talking about, hey, mom, you know, later, Gator. All of this while he's trying to catch the bus to his destination. To go to work. And I'm thinking, even though it isn't revealed, do you guys think this is really his mom? Because why do we not hear her voice? Because, you know, like in shows, they like hear the other voice on the other end of the phone. You think it could be like a delusion or like a hallucination?
The way Marvel has been setting things up, but I'm going to go with, yeah, I do think that's really his mother. That's really his mother. Because his character comes off like, you know, single guy. The mother wants him to date, and you know, he got his mother. That make all sense. Like, you know, that's all he really has. So I do believe that's his actual mother. We don't hear no one because they couldn't get somebody to play the voice. Okay. I was going to say Rosie O'Donnell, but no one wants to hear that.
No. He's definitely that lonely guy because he was shocked that he was going on a date.
Yeah, that's me.
He was shocked that he had a date set up and was very excited, had flowers and everything and the whole nine. Because
whoa.
Right, wait, hold on. Spoilers. Look at that. So, but yeah, he was shocked. He goes to his job, and as he's, you know, on the bus there, he barely caught the bus. He's like falling asleep on some guy's, like, you know, book bag, so we can see that he has an issue with sleeping, right? So he gets to his job. It's at this museum, and he runs into this little girl. He's telling her all of these facts about, you know, the artifacts there. And we're thinking like, oh, okay, he's some kind of, you know, he works there. He's a tour guide. He's, you know, I forget what they're called, something.
Like a tour guide. No, you're correct. Like someone who has the information about these exhibits and stuff like that. Meanwhile,
he gets a rude awakening, or us as an audience get a rude awakening from his superior, aka Donna, who's a class A bitch. If I can say so myself. Well,
I mean, we're drinking, so why don't we just say it's more of a top shelf bitch? Because the way she was acting, she was top shelf. She was she was like, Steven, you're not a tour guy. You just put stuff away. You inventory. You loser.
She was like, yeah, you're useless.
She put him down.
You do the thing that I'm paying you for, which is to sell these fucking toys to these kids.
But I do like how Steven really was bothered by this, because he's like, so they were selling like jelly beans and all these other like little things, which he was like, this has nothing to do with any of this stuff. Showed that he was, I'm saying passionate, but just saying like, this is bullshit. But then again, he probably he has such a crappy job. He's just like, this is crap. But carry on.
He's an intellectual, and you get the feeling that his mental issue, his condition is what's holding him back in his job, because he clearly has the knowledge, right? And it's just that he's just at the gift shop, you know, just working, pushing these fucking jelly beans, and he has so much more potential. But yeah, so we get this lady, this beautiful brown skinned girl. She comes up to him like, hey, how you doing? You know, we got this thing going on. We got steak and whatever the hell else we got going on Friday night. I'm down. What's up? He was confused, because he was like, hold on. are you asking me out? But whole time she's giving the vibe like, yo, he asked me out. I'm just confirming that we going someplace, right? So it's like there's this disconnect with what he does and what he remembers. So
oh, that's a good point. I didn't even look at it like that. That's interesting. No, because his
so,
memory does play a thing, but when you said that, I didn't even think that. Interesting. Go ahead.
So yeah, we get the scene where
Okay.
Donna, of course, tries to, cock block. She's like, "Hey, I didn't think you could pull a bad B like that chick over there."
She was just she was cold.
She was hating on my
She
boy.
was. I mean, she even poured up something I just wanted to throw out because this was actually kind of funny. They're going to a steakhouse and she's like a vegan at a steakhouse. To which he had to kind of be like, yeah, they have bread, salad, water.
Bread, salad. That's what
water. Come on. So it's interesting, and I'm sorry, I just wanted to dig a little bit on it. It was interesting you said that because it now makes me think it wasn't him that made the move. It was. I didn't think
it was the real Moon Daddy. Mark,
yes.
Mark
Okay. All right. Okay. See. All right.
So, he's really excited about this date. Like he's on the phone, leaving work, talking to moms. Like, hey, I'm about to, meet the one, pretty much, right? He goes to what I assume is his only friend, aka like this performer, the street performer. Who is literally just sitting there as if he's a statue. And at first I thought it was a statue, but when they zoomed in on him, you can see that it's a person. It's one of those street performers, right? He's telling him all the business. He's telling him about old girl, like they about to be together forever. Sometimes he was like, look, if I'm about to have a girlfriend, I'm gonna have to get rid of these chains on the bed because she ain't gonna be feeling that. So
yeah, because she's probably saying, why are you having all the fun?
Maybe. So we get to see that it just really pushes the point that this is a lonely man. Like there's something up with him. He's speaking to the street performers who isn't speaking back because he's about his coins. He's trying to get them tips.
But you gotta give it up to Steven because he said tip. Give him a tip because he's a tip. Okay. Tip.
You know what though? Pretty brilliant. You know why I say it's brilliant? Because it's a cheap therapist. Like you have somebody who's not going to talk back and listen to everything that you say. What you really have to do is help them get kids.
That's true. No, it's good to have people like that. Like I talk to people like that too, but they half the time they sleep. So whatever.
Yeah.
Well, he's just one step above that. This guy's awake. He's just listening to his issues. So I believe it was after that scene that we're transported back to his apartment, I believe, and we get to see his nightly routine, right, of him, strapping himself down. He's talking to his little Nemo fish with the one fin, and he's puts on this recording after he strapped himself down, right? He goes into like his nightly routine where he's listening to this thing that's like recording to help keep him awake. He's like, welcome to your wake something.
How to say because it was to keep him awake. I think that was the thing. He was stay so that they were trying to keep him awake. So he was playing like with the I forget what those cubes are called, but those cubes.
Rubik's cubes.
Thank you. So he was doing that. He was like reading, writing, and then that's when because this show was kind of like. I don't want to say all over the place. I feel like there was direction, but it was all over the place. It was kind of like an acid trip because he was in the bed and then take over. See, he was.
Yeah, because he was like transported. Apparently, the thing didn't work. He fell asleep, I assume, because then when he awakes, he's in this field. Who knows where's right? Jaw fucked up. He can't even speak. He like sets it right, and I'm thinking, what does this guy have like Deadpool powers? I don't know. Like he can like just heal or something because that's what it was giving almost like he could reset
his healing factor. Yeah.
So again, he's in this open field. He gets up. He sees like some stuff in the distance. He turns around and there's suddenly, before he turns around, there's this voice, this like British voice. And I'm thinking, why the fuck is it a British voice if it's supposed to be like some Egyptian deity or whatever? But either way,
that's interesting.
He's telling him, hey, we got that stupid one.
Oh, great. The idiot is here.
Right.
I love that part so much because it's just relatable, but go ahead.
So he was pretty much like, look, get up. give the body to Mark. We don't need you here, bro. Get out of
I
here.
can't.
But of course he's confused. He's like, yo, where am I? He turns around, and what was once like more field turns into like this castle type thing. And I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? But and then there's this guy, he's looking down at him. He's up in the tower. He's looking down at him.
Yeah, that castle-like thing, right? When he was looking down. Okay.
And suddenly there was two guys, and the second guy was about that action because he pulls out a gun and starts shooting at our boy Steven. And apparently these guys are from the Star Wars franchise. These are freaking
because they keep missing. Yeah,
they keep missing.
Yeah. They hired the wrong people. Like if you're going to have someone to shoot, you hire them from Brooklyn. But carry on.
These guys were from who knows where, because they was missing him in an open field, mind you, in an open field. And they had like the advantage of like, you know, higher ground. They still missed him. So they're coming after him. They zoom down the tower some kind of way because they're right behind him in the field.
They have teleport. They can teleport. That's what it is. They have teleportation. They have teleportation.
So our boy Steven, he's, you know, trying to blend in the town. He makes it to the town. He's trying to blend in, right? And the town is giving very much, you know, like old European type.
Old town.
Yeah, it isn't like a modern city or anything. It's very old timey. And he's trying to blend it. He's got his hoodie on. He's like, you know, trying to not be seen by the guys. And as he's walking through the streets trying to blend in, he comes across the I guess the city center. They're like at a well, and that's when we see old dude from the beginning of the episode.
Arthur, big
Arthur.
Arthur.
And if you've seen the trailer,
yep.
What you say?
No, I'm laughing because, you know, Arthur really went off the air and he said, "No, I didn't." He showed up. He had royalty too. The way he walked, the way they were like hustled around him and everything. He walked in with the Jesus fives and the glass.
Yeah, he has some kind of power.
Huh?
I don't know why he's walking on glass.
It's got to be some kind of symbol. What was you gonna say, C? What do you got?
He's like some kind of religious cult leader, and this is his performance. Like I guess he's trying to show his devotion to this god. I believe they call it Emmet or Amet. And
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, and if you see those like super, like I don't know if you ever seen the Da Vinci Code, where the guy, he was like whipping himself in the name of the Lord and stuff. There's people who
he was punishing himself. Okay, so like almost punishing himself to show how dedicated he is to this higher power, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Wow.
So he comes into the city center, right? And everybody bows down. They're like, "Oh, Arthur, Arthur."
Oh, glass Arthur.
So apparently he's like this, you know, I would liken him to like a cult leader or something like that, because they are in awe of this man, Arthur. So our boy Steven, he's blending in with the crowd, right? And Arthur, he's at the well, and he's like, who wants to, you know, sacrifice themselves in the name of Ahmed or whatever. So we get this guy who looked like Tommy McGuire with like a beard. He comes up, he's like, me, I'll do it.
That was ballsy too, by the way. I said that was ballsy too, because after watching Squid Game, you know, you just learn like don't do anything first, because you know it can be kind of risky. But this guy said, he said, "I'll do it."
Yeah. So he comes up, and Arthur's like, "Oh wow, what a brave man!" He takes his hand, and he has like this little two-headed crocodile cane, and he keeps it in between the two. Right? He holds the guy's hand as he's like,
It's like he has his hands on his palms, yeah.
Yeah, and his tattoo starts, you know, lighting up, shivering, shaking, and shit. And that's when he's like, "Oh, this is a good man, and you know, he's a great man." And he mentioned something along the lines of trying to make it heaven on earth wherever they are. Yes. So they're trying to make it as perfect as possible, right? So whatever test he performed on this man, the guy passed. And he was able to, you know, join the crowd very happily. So, right, he's excited. Then we get this other lady. She's like, "Oh yeah, I want to go next. Me. This is an old bitch." She comes up. She comes up to the front of the crowd. She's like, "Oh yeah, I know." She just knows she about to pass because she's old and she dedicated her life to whatever cult situation they got going on here. And so he holds her hand. The tattoo starts lighting up, shivering, shaking. And then it turns red, and he's like, "Oh no, chick, Nah, girl, you ain't righteous enough for this.
Oh man, and I loved her. I loved her. What she said. She said, "But I've been good all these years." He said, "I believe you," and then she just turned to stone or whatever.
Yeah, he was like, "I believe you, but it's something that maybe you're going to do in the future." So pretty much that's kind of
Yeah, that's what he
establishes
said.
that
Right.
they are being judged by everything they've done and everything they ever will do, and she does not pass the test, so she gets the life force gets sucked out of her.
Oh my
She
goodness.
withers into like this.
It was
like
very.
zombie. What'd you say?
It was very Shang Tsung. Like it was very like your soul.
Yeah.
And the way that like
Yeah, you could sunken in face, everything. And she was already old, mind you, but she looked horrible at the end.
That's probably they said it and said we just don't want old people. I don't think she did anything wrong. I think he just has something against he's ageist.
Oh, he's an
I think
ageist?
I think he's ageist. He saw how old she was. He said, "I don't want you in my heaven."
Possibly. If you're
that was
watching
ridiculous. I was gonna say this lady looked like she have done nothing. I mean, she looked like she makes chocolate chip cookies. Like
chocolate in the future cookies, which is why she was judged and being
so now she made bad chocolate chip cookies.
Bad chocolate chip cookies.
About he's like, I've been good my whole life, and then he's like, I believe you. It's about something you're gonna do. So
Not
that's
good enough.
Interesting. It's like he could judge somebody's future.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you're watching, don't forget to leave us a like. Don't forget to drink your drinks because this is a wind down. This is a Moonlight Moonshine. We are drinking and recapping the show. So, as she's carted away, her corpse is carted away, right? Then
some Squid Game shit too.
Yeah, some Squid Games. It's carted away.
Squid Game. The only thing was missing was those pink things. But carry on, I'm sorry.
So Odu, Ethan Hawke, aka Arthur, he addresses the crowd. He's like, "Oh, pretty much like there's somebody here that is supposed to be here, right?" He's like, he knows what's up. So he starts speaking in ancient Egyptian. I know because I have the captions on whenever I watch something. He said ancient Egyptian. And everyone, whatever he says, I guess it was bowed down to me because everyone bows down. But Stephen, low-key, doesn't speak ancient Egyptian, so he was slow with the bow. And that's how Arthur was able to spot him out in the crowd. And he was like, look, here's the mercenary, pretty much. He's like, he knows something's up with Stephen. But Stephen, none the wiser, he's like, hey, I'm just a gift shoppist, like our guy down there, right?
Yeah, right there. There we go, right there below us. Yep.
He has no idea what's going on. Then we hear the voice. Oh, no, then Arthur asks him, hey, give me the amulet. I forget what he doesn't call it amulet. He calls something else, but I'm going to call it amulet.
Sure.
And Stephen pulls something out of his pocket, and it's like this. It looks like a dung beetle almost from like, those African dung beetles.
Yeah.
But like a gold version, like an Egyptian version.
You know what it reminded me of? What? Remember the scene from Aladdin?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
That's exactly what it looked like, but like all in gold plated. Mm-hmm. And so he pulls out his pocket. He's like, "Oh, this, yeah, please take it. Here, take it." So he holds out his hand with it. Next thing you know, his hand like clamps closed, and it's like, "Nah, you can't." Yeah, he can't control his hand.
He's fighting.
And Arthur's like, "Yo, I ain't about to ask you again, bro. Give me my shit." He's like, "Man, please take it." He tries to uncurl his fingers. He tries to like force it on him, but for whatever reason, he can't control his.
Well, he's being controlled by the higher. I don't know what to call this thing, but
the voice.
The voice, yeah, there we go. The voice, not the thing on Fox, but the voice sitting there going like, and he said, "Don't you give him the amulet." And poor Stephen, it's just I feel for him because, like you mentioned earlier, he has no idea what the hell's going on. He's embarked on an adventure he didn't even ask for, and this voice is sitting there not telling him anything, sitting there saying, "Don't be an idiot."
Mm-hmm. And it took over his body, I guess.
That whole thing was hilarious. I literally rewound it to watch it again. This whole thing where he's trying to like that's what I love. His just dumb British wit. That shit was just so funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's really trying. He's none the wiser. He's like us. We don't know what's going on, neither does he. So as the crowd kind of overtakes him, they're like, "Yo, give us the amulet" type situation. They drag him like back to further in the street, right? They have him by the hand. Next thing you know, he's blinking out, and we wake up, with him, and he's
Blood on the hand.
covered in blood. He's got blood on his hands, and everyone around who was holding on to him is dead on the ground. We see them, just taken out. And he's like, "Oh, what happened? I don't know what's happening." And all of a sudden, he's like, "Yo, give me the ambulance, bruh." The whole crowd is like, closing in on him, and he's running. He's scared. He's running through the town. He finds like an empty ice cream truck or whatever the fuck it is.
It was a cupcake thing. It was something with cupcake.
Yeah, filled with cupcakes. He takes it. He's on the run. We get this whole really cool chase scene almost. They're going through. What is going on here? We got a visitor.
I saw.
So he's going through this going through the roads, right? Twisting and turning. Meanwhile, he has a tail. We got these guys coming up behind him in cars and bullets and guns, and they're shooting at him. And Steven, of course, again, he's just a gift shoppist. He doesn't know what the fuck, he doesn't know how to defend himself. He's scared to death. We got the voice telling him, like, give it to Mom, give the body to Mom.
He's like, how? What? Who?
You do it how? The word. He doesn't
He's
know.
really confused. Like, who and how?
Right.
That's the most hilarious thing about all of this.
And so some guy from the cars that are chasing him, he makes like this impossible jump, gets on the truck. I don't know how he did it. He must be training for the Olympics.
Oh my God! Yeah.
He
mean how the car drove and he just hopped over with no problem? A regular freaking human being, by the way.
Yeah, regular human. Apparently, he has peak.
He's been training for this his whole life.
So yeah, he gets on the truck and he's fighting Steven. He's got a gun in his hand. We got somebody coming up on his peripheral, like right next to the driver's side with the gun. Next thing you know, he blink out again, right? And dude's dead. Car is gone. He is just out here driving backwards, like he got a gun in his hand. And it's like, we don't know what's happening, but we know that he's somehow making something happen. Like something is happening. He's blacking out. And when he wakes up again, things are solved. People are dead, pretty much. So what happens is the voice is still telling him, like, yo, get the hell out of here. And next thing you know, there's a truck coming towards him. He maneuvers around the truck, barely escaping death. And the truck kind of like knocks out the people who are chasing him. And the next thing we know, I want to say like he wakes up in the bedroom.
Is that house? Yeah.
Yeah, so
he's back in the house. Yeah, after the killers are wiped out by like trees or some shit that like wipe him out and whatever, he wakes up and he's back in the house, which give you the illusion this was all a dream.
Yes.
Yeah,
right? That was the big thing. Yeah.
So yeah,
I was so happy. I mean, when he got out, this scene right here where he what is it? The chain around the foot. He have the tape. He's and to show that this has been happening long enough. When he throws the tape, the blue tape that he had for the door, there's a bunch of other tapes going on. So I mean, obviously, this has been going on for a long period of time. But he has this thing where when he's sitting here and eating, I mean to take over, see, but when he was sitting there and eating and having his little breakfast, he saw that his fish has made.
What's that? Oh. That was the voice calling us.
Yeah, I know, right? I was confused.
Mark the body.
And the voice just totally interrupted me. I was blown away there. But he was having his breakfast as he was eating, and he's talking to his fish. I don't know if the fish had a name. I don't remember, but he's eating the fish.
Gus. I remember that's my mom's dog.
Huh?
It's Gus. The fish's name is Gus. I remember because that's what I call my mom's dog.
Oh, Gus. Okay, good job. Remember, I was going to call him Nemo, but here it is. Gus. He's talking to Gus. But he realized Gus is not Gus. He saw Gus made a whole transformation.
Gus has sprouted a new fin from who cares.
Gus is even looking at when Steven looks in the tank and he's looking. Gus looking back at him like, what? Yeah, I'm a fish. I just thought it was hilarious because fish are so smart. They'll look right back at you if you look at them. But carry on.
So yeah, he notices that Gus is not the same Gus. He's got like two fins now. And he's like, yo, what the hell is going on, right?
Bus.
So he takes Gus to the fish shop wherever he got him. He's like, look, I don't know what's going on here, but this is not the same fish I brought. What's going on? And I don't know what if he expected a refund. Like, what was the purpose of coming?
He wanted Gus. He wanted Gus. He got Fuss. I would be upset too. This ain't Gus. So he was upset. He just wanted Gus. But I don't know if he wanted a refund. I don't know how they do stuff over there in England.
So he goes to the shop, and as he's the shop lady's not happy. She's like, bro, we don't sell no disabled fish around here. Very much, giving discrimination against the disabled fish. It was like, this ain't no Nemo, bro. We got 2 fins for all of our fishes. I don't know where the hell you got to hit the motherfucker from, but you ain't get it from here.
But honestly, Steven has been disrespected so much. I wasn't even surprised that the person, whoever worked at the pet shop, was even tired of Steven shit. Like, it just, because the person at the pet shop was like, look, I just work here, and here you are bringing a fish, right. And you're like, what? And the fish was like in a cup at that and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure the lady just wanted to go home.
Yes. So as he's at the fish shop, arguing with the poor shop lady, right? He's like, oh crap, what time is it? I'm late for my date, because at the beginning of the episode we got Hottie with the body. He has a date with her Friday at this house. So he's like, oh bet, let me go home and get ready, because I'm about to get some boom boom, right? So he goes to the restaurant dressed up. He came with the flowers. He came with the chocolates. And I don't know about y'all, I've never been on a first date where a dude brought me flowers and chocolates, because low key she missing out on her king, because he really came, with everything, right?
Whoa. Hold on, back up. Boom. I agree, and then I don't agree. He set it for Friday. That was Sunday when he showed up with the flowers. No, because hey, dudes at home and whatever, that's what you do. You bring some flowers, because women like that. They like flowers.
I mean,
women like chocolate, so you can't do that. But most women like flowers.
Well, wait, the thing. Here's the truth.
Oh, here we go. We go.
The guy that was bringing the flowers is not the guy that got the date.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true too.
Moon Daddy set up the date, but the Steven showed up.
Now, what Moon Daddy of brought those flowers?
Maybe, yeah. You know what? Maybe not. I have a feeling he would have brought flowers, but he probably would have brought chocolates, because Moon Daddy gives me the vibes that he's, suave. He's a classy man. He might have brought flowers, but he wouldn't have been as pressed for her as freaking Steven was. Steven is a geek and a gump. That low-key would have been the man to, rub her feet every night, but she didn't want it. So.
Oh my God.
But yeah, long story short, he did show up on the wrong day. He's thinking it's Friday when whole time he calls her up like, hey, I'm at the restaurant. What's going on? Hey, can't wait to see you. And she's like, you jerk, you stood me up pretty much. It's Sunday. I enjoyed my steak on Friday alone. And yeah, pretty much, yeah, don't ever call me again. So he missed out.
Hold on. I got it. Can I screenshot this? She said, lose my number. I was like, oh, that ain't good.
No, but I mean, what was interesting about that whole thing is that that's the moment he found out it wasn't a dream.
No. It wasn't that.
No, he did, because it's like, how do you miss 3 days of your life?
Mm-hmm.
Was that?
It was. He thought it was Friday, and it was
later
Sunday.
on. I mean to talk over you, but I feel like it was later on when he realized it really wasn't a dream. But I mean, that is my best friend right there. What up, KO?
Hey,
what's going on? That was my tag team partner in Smash. I know this guy, Joe. That's my bodyguard, Diesel. What's going on, Big D?
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. The Chris of the Christophers. That was good. I amused myself. But I felt like it was later on. But I mean, now that you guys are bringing this part up, maybe this is something that it went over my head a little bit. But carry on. Keep going.
So yeah, we pretty much realized that he's lost 2 days of his life. He doesn't know what the hell happened. He just knows that it's not Friday, and he's pretty much missed out on the girl. So he's walking home from the date, the solo
defeated.
Date. Yeah, defeated. He's on the phone with moms, lying to mom. Talking about, oh yeah, she's lovely. She loved the flowers. Meanwhile, he's throwing the flowers in the dumpster.
No, yeah, you have to, because the mother already thought her son was actually going on a date. Yeah, it's a defeated feeling when you tell you, oh yeah, she was great. Oh my gosh, she was tremendous. She had pretty eyes. There were right. Colors in the eyes. I don't know.
So well.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gets back to his house, and he's depressed. He's eating the chocolates that he bought for old girl. Just chilling. he dropped some chocolates in the fish tank, and I'm like, is that even
on the floor? Oh yeah, he did. That was so dangerous to me because I said I don't know if fish can do that.
Right.
I was wondering if you could feed fish chocolate.
Oh no, this man is a menace.
It can't be. So if you're watching, don't feed your fish chocolates.
Don't.
It's not good for them. But he does this in the episode, and as he's feeding the chocolates, he drops them on the floor, and as he's trying to pick up the bonbons, he notices some weird scratches on the floor. He's like, yo, what the fuck is this? So he
said that exactly.
He follows the scratches, right? And he lifts up the rug, moves the table. It leads him to like this weird, like, board in the ceiling that's kind of like, askew. He moves that to the side. And this is where we see what we saw in the trailer. It's like some weird little flip phone from like the early 2000s and like a key of some sorts. So he's very curious about it. He's looking through the call log. He's like, oh, I'm only calling Layla and one dude named so I forget what the name is, but it's literally all this Layla chick and like one name that's somebody else. So as he's about to curiously press the send button to call this Layla chick, he gets an incoming call from Layla.
Oh, Layla. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Layla's like, where have you been? I've been looking for you for months. And he's like, oh, you got the wrong number, honey. This is Steven. She's like, Mark, what are you talking about? So he's remembered this name Mark because that was the voice was telling him from earlier in the episode, like, hey, give Mark the body. He's like, what did you call me? Pretty much. And that's when he starts looking around the house. Everything's kind of like, going kind of daisy. He's looking at his reflection. It's him, but it's not him. It's somebody. This is the real Moon Daddy. Hopefully we get more of him in the next episode. But anyway, he's telling him like, don't look into it. I forget exactly what he says, but he was pretty much telling him don't do something in the reflection. And Steven is like, having like this panic attack. He leaves the apartment, runs down the hall, gets into the elevator. And he's as the elevator doors open, he gets in and opens again on another floor, and he sees like this thing in the distance. And it's really spooky.
Giant Egyptian little thing. I can't even describe the thing, but he has the Moon Knight bandages and whatnot. He has that
mummy wraps.
The mummy wraps. There we go. He has this like beak mask, I believe, or whatnot.
Yeah.
And he's walking to it. It's funny when he holds the elevator, right? And he's doing the thing about holding the elevator. This old lady comes in. I love how Marvel love their old people, like in the elevator. And she comes in there, and she is just scared to death of Steven, because Steven's on the ground shaking. He said, "Oh, I'm just looking for my contacts, or whatever contact." And you see the lady says, "Oh, okay, all right, Shelly. Oh, all right, okay, hurry up." And when she gets out the elevator, are we on the 5th floor? Oh yeah, my friend Nelly lives here.
She finds any excuse to get the hell out of there because he's crazy. And if you're a woman, you've ever been like alone with some sketchy guy, you're scared. So I applaud her. She did what she had to do. Got the fuck out of there. Good for her. Good for Grandma.
She got Grandma was trying to make another 10 years. She said, "I'm not getting mated." They said there's elevator with this nut.
So as she gets off, he gets this additional hallucination or vision of the monster again, and it comes in. It's got his little beak, peeking in through the elevator doors, and he snaps awake, and he's on the bus going to work.
That is so great. I love this spot because he's on the bus going, "Ah!" Oh, scared and everything like that. And I was like, "Yeah, I've known that feeling because when I take the bus to work, I'm screaming." So go ahead. Ah!
I'm still laughing because low-key I might have to start taking the train to work again, and I'm very upset about it.
You know what? When you take the train,
right, dealing with all the crazies, all the Stevens on the metro. But either way, he's on the bus, and as he gets off, he sees Arthur, the dude, the cult leader, on the bus, and he's like, "Oh, you're real."
See, and that was what made me think that's when he realized that wasn't a dream. Like, I didn't think of how you put everything up a piece, but when he realized, because when he woke up, he thought it was a dream. He thought this was a made-up character. So when he's on the bus and he sees Arthur, by the way, I gotta give it up to Arthur because he's wearing them Jesus 6 and like he got the glass, and like this guy was in a whole nother place on the planet of Earth, and he came all the way to London just to get smoke. That damn Beetlejuice or whatever, Beetlejuice, whatever the hell it's called.
So yeah, he sees him as the bus is pulling off. Steven's already off the bus at this point, but he sees Steven. Steven missed the stop. He's looking at him through the window. And so Steven goes into work. And he approaches the security guard from earlier. He's like, look, somebody's after me. Don't let nobody sketchy in here. And the security guard is like, it's a museum, bro. What do you
ain't nothing I could do about that, right?
Yeah. And Donna, the supervisor, she comes like, yeah, here's a box of toys. Take this inventory. He's like, yo, just give me a minute. I'm scared for my life.
Now, mind you, I love that moment. You know why? Because that moment right there was very revealing of Steven's balls dropping.
Okay? Oh my God.
Yes. That moment right there. That moment right there was the moment that he started to get unsoft.
That's so true because gift shoppers have a good point here because when he's even saying, give me a minute. Like the way he even did it, you see, like the what you call it? I said, yeah, but and Donna had to be like, we're still in inventory because she still had to have that moment to be like,
yes, that was the Daniel Bryan moment of the night that made me go yes for him because now he's getting tough. I love it. I want to see more of this.
Thank you, Joseph. Yes, please follow us on.
That was the judge. Platforms. That was the judge that you was like really want.
Hey, you voted wrong, but thank you for watching this evening. So yeah, he's telling security guards, not really trying to hear him. Donna's like, yo, get your ass back to work. And even though Arthur is hot on his tail, he still takes his ass to work. He still works the whole shift at the gift shop.
Because he's still a punk.
If I'm scared for my life, the last place I'm going to be at is work, right?
All right.
But he works the whole shift. And that's when after the shift is over, I think actually before he even gets to the shift, he gets approached by Arthur. Arthur comes to him and he's like, I'm here for the amulet. He tries to call another security guard, but the security guard shows him his sleeve, and apparently he's part of the cult too. Like he's got the tattoo of this cult.
Well, yeah, it was that clock thing, right?
The scale.
Okay, there we go. Scale.
And so that's pretty much where Arthur has this monologue talking about, hey, yeah, we are worshiping the god Amet, and Amet is apparently this Egyptian deity that has the ability to see what the evils that someone would do throughout their life. So they see anything they've done, anything they will do in the future. And apparently they had it went on this thing where it would try to destroy people before they even committed the crime, knowing that they were going to eventually commit a crime or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And so he's going through this monologue, and Steven's like, yo, I'm just trying to go to work, bro. Arthur takes his hand similar to how he did the old lady in the town square. He's got the cane in between him. The tattoo starts shivering, shaking and shit. But this time it just keeps shaking. And we're like, what the fuck? And Arthur's like, you got chaos in you, right? And that made me think of WandaVision, because Wanda's magic is called chaos magic. And I wonder if it's like if it's tied in somehow or some way.
I'm pretty sure there's a tie-in, but I just don't understand it.
Hey, it's Marvel. It makes sense. I didn't see it, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so there's definitely there's some kind of tie. I just wonder what it is, but pretty much whatever magical chaos that Wanda has in her, he has a similar thing inside of him. So as he's Arthur's like made this reveal that he has chaos magic, Steven runs. He books it to the gift shop and works his whole shift.
I love that you're mentioning this because I thought nothing of it. I'm watching this shit on the train because I'm just watching it so I can be prepared for this show. And now it's hilarious because it's like, oh, my life is in danger. What do? I'm going to do my 8-hour shift. No, go home.
Yes, still seeing the toys and jelly
Like,
beans.
sometimes you got to sit here and say, look, man, like my life is in danger. I have to, not even sometimes, you got to go, look, my life's in danger. I need to go somewhere. Well, you're going to get fired. Well, I'd rather be alive than fucking like get killed here, but whatever. I don't know. Steven is that is the employee that these places. Yes, that's what they want. Oh, look, your life is in danger and you still spend your 8 hours in? Thank you.
Come into work.
Yeah, come to work. How dare you run for your life and think that this place don't need an inventory? How dare you?
So yeah, he works his whole shift. He's about his coins. He's not trying to get no deduction off his check because he got rent to pay. So
yeah, that's right.
As he's clocking out, he's walking through the museum, and it's a ghost town. Pretty much, the museum is closed. Everything's shut down, and he sees this thing in the distance, and we're like, yo, what the fuck is that? And it's some kind of like weird, like it's a monster pretty much. He like creeping, crawling in the background looking for him, right? And then we get the author over the loudspeaker. He's taking over the speakers of the job. He's like,
now author's the new boss. Now he's really fucked.
Author's like, yo, give me the amulet and nobody gotta die. You can make it out of here. And Steven's panicking. He takes his little, knapsack or whatever the fuck it is. He throws it, trying to distract the monster. The monster goes after the knapsack, and he's running. And we get this really realistic scene where he's trying to go on the elevator with his little employee ID, but the elevator's taking all day to get there. And so he has to go to this other door. Pretty much, he locks himself in the bathroom. This is the guest bathroom, I guess, for the visitors.
That's what I do. That's what I do before my 15-minute break. What? I don't want to work, but that's what you do. You hide before the 15-minute break, and then you show up. Fuck.
Right. Go to the party on company time.
Yeah, that's right. Stomach hurts. That's right. Stomach hurts. Ouch.
So, he closes himself in the bathroom, but the monster is like clawing his way in there. Like you can see the door like literally about to give. And in the mirror, we get Moon Daddy. Moon Daddy's like, bruh, give me control of the body. He's got a whole different accent, American accent.
Yeah.
And Steven is like, panicking. He's like, it's a hallucination because he knows he's a little bit crazy, but he doesn't say that.
He's slapping him.
And Moon Daddy's like, look, you're not hallucinating. This is real. Give me control of the body. I can save us. If you want to live, give me control of the body. So just as Steven is like, kind of realizing that, yo, let me just do it. What the fuck I got to lose? I'm about to die anyway, right? We see like the straps and wraps of the mommy giant come around his shoulders. And that's, I assume it is Mark taking over his body or whatever. So at that instant, the monster breaks through the door. And, we cut to the hallway. We see like some destruction. We got sinks and stuff flying into the hallway. Next thing you know, we got the monster scrambling, trying to get out of there, gets dragged back. So it's getting his A whipped by.
Now you say A. Oh, that is great. You are tremendous, C. That was funny. Now did you hear? He's getting his A whipped. We were saying all other words. No, that monster was getting his ass whipped. That's what was happening. That monster was getting the beat down. All you heard, boom, 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 boom. Monster, and you just see more, boom, boom, boom,
running for his life.
That was brutal. That was brutal. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
We do get, but the camera peeps inside of the bathroom again, and we see Moon Daddy in the cape. He's got the whole, costume on. Moon Daddy out, and he's destroyed the monster. He looks towards the camera, walks to it, and that's pretty much the end of the episode, guys. So.
I gotta say, it picked up definitely that middle and end because the beginning was a little slow, but it had to be that too, so you can get established with these characters. So even at the end, when you mentioned Steven and he's all like shaking and scared, Mark was pretty much like, come with me if you want to live. And he's like ready to like kick all kinds of ass. He just give me control. I can handle everything. Don't worry about it. Like this guy was a stable, like this guy was ready for the action. Wow. Steven is someone who will trip over his own 2 feet and work and continue to go to work even though his life is in danger. So yeah, he's definitely Mark is the one that everyone's more. I like how
he's the capable one. He's the capable one.
He's the one for the action. He's the one who wants to smoke. That means that man's lungs is powerful.
Facts. So yeah, I enjoyed the episode. I can't wait for episode 2. Thank you guys for watching and going through the episode with us and drinking your drinks. I'm all tapped out, but of course next week we will be filled up again with our refills of alcohol and talking about episode 2 of Moon Knight. So again, if you're with us, thanks for watching and thanks for liking the video if you like the video, and we will see you next week.
We'll be back here Wednesday, guys. Oh,
bye.
Right. Oh, right. I'm sorry. Boom, 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 boom. What is that? Oh.